a flashy, classy, crazy kind of show. Will amuse you, delight you, put you in the know. Check out the zoo, science to our projects to be done. We're happy to present to you a show that's so much fun. Wide Angle Weekly, you are uniquely. Wide Angle Weekly, come join a crew of puppets who are always on the run.
What the? What kind of hat are you wearing?
Go ahead and laugh, Ruth. They laughed at all the great inventors of our time.
You made that?
Yeah, it's my super-duper helicopter. I designed it to fly me up in the air right alongside Miss Muffie as she takes a ride in a hot air balloon on Wide Angle Report. It's all wound up and ready to go.
Well, let's see how it works then.
Watch very carefully, Tiki. You're going to be the first person ever to see a dog fly.
Ready, set, go! I'm afraid, Dugan, the only dog fly I'll ever see is the kind you swat with your tail. But as exciting as seeing a horse fly. It would have been easier just to ask Miss Muffie for a ride. Oops, forget about Miss Muffie. Let's join her as she rides the skies in her beautiful balloon.
Have we got a treat for you? We're with Terry Stanton, who's an aeronaut, and that means pilot. He's going to be taking me up in a hot air balloon today. Now, the first thing I want to know, Terry, is are they safe?
Absolutely, absolutely. No different than any other sport. If you're conscious of your safety factors, you're okay.
Well, that's good because I just wouldn't want to be in trouble way up there in the sky. What kind of a crew do you need?
Crew, we usually need 3 to 4 people to properly inflate the balloon without any hassle.
Now, Terry, is there a special time which you have to go up in the air? Can you go anytime?
No, we fly only in the mornings, early mornings, an hour to an hour and a half after sunrise, and an hour to an hour and a half before sunset. The wind currents during the day do not permit us to fly.
Now, I've got slacks on today. Would you have to dress in any special manner to go up in a balloon?
No, you're dressed appropriately. Most people overdress because they're cautioned for getting cold or whatever, but T-shirts, jeans are fine.
Well, Terry, I think it's time to hop in that balloon. What do you think?
Okay, let's
go. Can anyone guess what it is I'm trying to hold on to? Oh, why, it's the lip of a hot air balloon that is being inflated by Terry Stanton, aeronaut and pilot extraordinaire. And Terry explained to me that a propane burner used in combination with a huge fan fills the envelope with hot air. And when the air inside the balloon becomes hotter than the air surrounding it, the balloon rises. There were so many beautiful balloons, and they were going up all around me. I got so enthused, I almost missed my ride. Once inside the balloon, Terry gave it one big blast of hot air. And up we went. Terry's crew maneuvered the balloon into an open area so we wouldn't run into any other balloons. Probably a bit too late, I asked Terry what I considered an important question about hot air balloons. Now, the first thing I want to know, Terry, is are they safe?
Absolutely, absolutely. No different than any other sport. If you're conscious of your safety factors, you're okay.
How high do you actually get up in the air?
Tonight we'll go up to about 1,000 feet and cruise along at that altitude.
Is there a possibility that you could go higher?
Oh yes, we can take it up to about 10,000 feet without oxygen, but the balloon has the capability of going far beyond that if you had oxygen.
How easy is this balloon to control? I notice you can go up and down. Is that pretty easy?
On a night like tonight, with the temperature running 75 degrees, the balloon responds real well when it's cooler. We have no left and right control of the balloon, except for catching wind currents. That's our only control.
Now, Terry, I see a lot of trees down there. What happens if your balloon goes down too far? How do you avoid the trees?
Well, we stay clear of the trees. Occasionally we do go down and brush them, but only with the basket. We keep the envelope, the balloon itself, clear of the trees. It could damage the balloon. So we make sure that we're not descending when we go over the trees. We're just even with the flying level.
Now, is there any other thing that the balloon is used for, the hot air balloon?
Hot air balloon, we use it for other than just flying, promotional, advertising, grand openings, tether rides, where you tie the balloon down, take the people up 100 feet off the ground. Short little rides.
Now, I see some instruments there. What are those for?
Well, we have 3 instruments. We have an altimeter that tells us how high we are, how many feet above the ground. We have the ball variometer that tells us our rate of ascent or descent and how many feet per minute we're going up or down. And we have a temperature gauge, which has a thermocouple on the top of the balloon. It tells us the temperature inside the envelope at the top of the balloon.
Now, I think looks like you're coming down here a little bit. What do I have to do before we land?
Not really too much to do because it's a nice, easy night here. Just bend your knees just a little bit and hold on to the tanks on the side here where the white ropes are. Keep your hands in the basket and don't get out until I tell you.
What if I want to get out? I want to get out. I want to get out.
Don't get out or I'll go up and away.
Well, we wouldn't want to do that. Well, thanks a lot, Terry.
Thank you.
Miss Muffie just happens to be on location with a balloon pilot, an aeronaut, who has all the answers. Let's listen and learn on our wide-angle report.
I know that all of us at one time or another have fantasized about flying up in the air, unencumbered by wings, and not even in an airplane. But none of us has the super skills of Superman, so we're going to be taking a look at the very next best thing. And here to tell us all about it is Gordon Boring, who is a hot air balloon pilot, and he also owns the Wicker Basket and Balloon Center of Plymouth. Now, Gordon, how old do you have to be to become a pilot, and is there any training involved?
You have to be 14 years old to begin learning as a student pilot, and you have to be 16 years old to get your pilot's license. The training requires 10 hours of pilot instruction. You have to be able to pass a written test and a flight test. The instruction is very basic. It's not difficult at all.
What is the balloon itself or the envelope made out of?
The envelope is made out of nylon or a dacron, and it's a very durable material and will withstand quite a bit of abuse. The basket is made out of rattan and wicker, and it's a strong, lightweight wood-type material that's not rigid, so that if you have a hard landing, you fall up against something that's flexible and hopefully won't injure yourself.
Now, is there any special design that the basket has to be?
No, there are different manufacturers have rectangular baskets or triangular baskets. It's just the preference of the designer.
Now, once you get your balloon out of the envelope and you've got it stretched out, how do you fill it up?
Well, normally the way the inflation begins is they lay the basket on its side, attach the envelope to the basket, and stretch the envelope out on the grass. They start an inflator fan, which is a gasoline-powered fan, to fill the air, to blow air into the envelope. Once the envelope is completely inflated with cold air, then we just light the burner and heat the air inside the balloon, and the balloon stands up by itself. The burner is fueled by propane, and there's 3 tanks on board, and we just carry the tanks along with us.
Is that dangerous at all, carrying propane?
No, not at all. The propane is in a special container, and the pilots check for leaks and everything before they go up, so it's really very, very safe.
Is there anything else in there besides hot air?
No, nothing at all. Just strictly hot air.
Okay, then. Once you've got it full of hot air. What makes it go up?
Well, the air inside the balloon is warmer, so it's less dense, and that creates a lift because it's lighter than the air surrounding it, and that's what causes the balloon to rise. It's very similar to a or an air bubble underwater, where it rises to the surface, and that's the same thing. Actually, the atmosphere is more or less a liquid type substance anyway, so that's where we get our lift, just lighter air.
And hot air usually goes to the surface or rises. What makes it come down?
Well, to come down, what we do is just let the envelope cool, or there's also a maneuvering vent in the top of the balloon that we can pull in and let some hot air out to bring it down a little rapid, at a more rapid rate.
And what if it's coming down too rapidly?
Then we put a lot of heat in it real quick.
And then, of course, it's going to be coming back up. Well, thank you very much, Gordon. This has been a very interesting and informative interview, and hopefully we'll be able to go up and see what it's like up in the air. Thanks a lot, Gordon.
You're welcome.
But it's not far down.